Hello and welcome to this video series where we're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Gamejam of 2023. This time we will have a look at Sparkle Tales by Slyonics. And actually, well, let's just go through the team. The game writer, narrative designer Brittany, by the artist Mariana, programmer Slyonics, and sound design and music by Kanzli. Alright, and as you can see on the screenshots here, that seems to be like hand-drawn art, which might be well, it's probably original, but it might be originally made for this jam entry. I'm not sure. Something fishy is going on at Adrian Lake High School. The books are all coming up blank. A dark matter called the Corruption has seeped into the school and has caused a labyrinth to form. It's up to Kura, Ren, Angelia, and the magical guide Ivona to use their magical girl alter egos to find who is being affected by the corruption and close the labyrinth before English class gets cancelled permanently. Yeah, that sounds like a story how you would imagine it being in a JRPG. So that's also interesting. I saw that the game files are actually called Etrian-like. So I guess it's kind of Etrian Odyssey as inspiration, but I'm not familiar with Etrian at all, so I don't know. It looks very interesting from the screenshots, so yeah, let's have a look. And here we are in the game. It has a bit of a weird resolution. It's starting in a window and has I mean, you see 1080p as a resolution, but it's like 40 pixels short in the height, and it's 320 pixels short in the width of the 1920. So 1600 to 1040. I don't know how this makes sense. Any case, Kyra, wake up! Get up! You're going to get in trouble. Keep snoozing or wake up. And we can select with our arrow keys. Wake up. Kyra nods her head awake. She looks around the class. No one looks up from their desk. Ivana perches on her desk and hops up and down to make sure Kyra is awake. She's lucky only Kyra can see her right now. Stay awake, Kyra. Class is almost over. Kyra gives her an apologetic smile. Right. Thank you, Ivona. Alright, remember class, I need you to read chapters 1 to 4 of How to Kill a Pigeon this weekend. Oh, I think something is wrong with my copy. Mr. Henrik sighs. He scratches his head in annoyance. I check all the copies myself. Nice try. No, Mr. Hendrik, my pages are blank. Mr. Hendrik stares at the student before he walks over and picks up his book. His expression grows more puzzled as he flips through the pages. Hey, my book is blank too. I could have sworn I saw the pages yesterday. Murmurs erupt across the class as students flip through their book to find blank pages. Is this some kind of prank? Mr. Hendrik frantically goes from student to student and grabs their books to be greeted by none other than blank pages. Ivana did something. A labyrinth has opened up in the school. Just now? It's alright. Just as we practiced, act natural and let's get the other girls. The school bell rings. Mr. Hendrik nearly jumps out of his shoes. Yeah, I also almost jumped out of my shoes. That ring was maybe a bit loud. Maybe I should reduce the volume just a little bit. And let me check. I don't see the volume here. There it is. Alright. Alright. I don't know whose idea of a prank this is, but you will not have homework for this weekend. I have to make some calls. The class hoots and hollers as they collect their things and leave the classroom. Kyra grabs a backpack and follows suit. Okay, so I guess we got to find the labyrinth entrance and then stop things from getting out of hand. Hold it there, young lady. The little magical cockatoo flaps her wings in your face in exasperation. Labyrinth or not, you have to finish school today. So this is Ivona. My conscience will not rest if I interrupt your schooling in any way. But Ivona, go to your next class. Let's keep a look out for any oddities in the school so we can find the labyrinth entrance. Kyra nods and takes one step and stops. No, I forgot my schedule at home. Do you remember my next class? What am I going to do with you? Sorry. You're going to algebra. Just in case you also lost your sense of direction, that's located straight ahead and down the hallway to your right. Your algebra classroom will be the first door on your left. I'll mark it on your map with a star when you get close. Yeah, not necessary. We are going to ignore it anyways. Let me reduce the volume further. Because we are going to explore. Alright. So, perspective is perfect. We see some of the walls left and right of us. We see some of the floor we are standing on. So that's pretty good. The animation is it's fast enough, I would say. It does not queue up anything, but you can keep pressing the key. So if you keep walking forward, it will keep running forward, so that's fine. And if you turn left and keep the left button pressed, it will also accept it. So the only thing I would like to also have is that buttons would be queued up. So if I walk forward and left in a very rapid succession, so that forward left and I am pressing left before I finished arriving on the next tile, that would also turn left. But oh, we can actually just go there. Or maybe we can't and just killed the game. Yeah. No response. I think they did not intend me to just walk back into my classroom. Alright, let's restart the game. 1 second. And here we are again. Alright, so we must not go there. What happens if we go there? This door leads to a class already in session. Best not to interrupt them. You overhear other students loudly sharing some rumors. Dude, did you hear Principal Reed is acting weird today? What do you mean? Someone said he was tearing pages out of all those books in his office. Bro, thought those were like his babies. Aren't we supposed to have a minimap? It's too early to leave school. Return here after the final bell rings. This door leads to class already in session. Best not to interrupt them. In front of the door you are greeted by Ren and Angela. Or Angelia. Angelia? Nods in greeting while Ren bursts into a big grin as she starts to chant. Labyrinth! Labyrinth! Angelia elbows the girl. Ren hisses as she manages her own arm. Could you be any louder? I see you girls have also noticed a labyrinth has opened somewhere in the school as well. It's obvious. I was in history class and everything got weird. Mrs. Keith was mid-lesson, then just froze there. She snapped out of it and just dismissed us early. It was like she forgot why she was even here. Ren nods her head aggressively as she listens to Angelia speak. What happened to you then, Ren? She skipped class. I did skip class. Ren grins as she says it, not ashamed in the slightest despite the death glare she gets from Ivona. After class, we should do some investigating to find out where that labyrinth entrance is. Alright, but where do we start looking? Check the cafeteria. I don't know. The cafeteria seems pretty big. Wouldn't the labyrinth entrance fit there? Oh, did you miss a breakfast? Why would it be in there? Angelia shakes her head. Couldn't we check the library? Most of these occurrences have something to do with books. It makes the most sense to go there first at least. Oh yeah, right. Kyra deflates, embarrassed. Ivana files up the perch on her shoulder and nuzzles her cheek. It's alright, darling. You're all new to this. You'll get better. Kyra smiles, appreciating Ivana's comfort. Alright, then it's settled. Let's take a peek inside the library after class. I'll meet you there, but I'm not really too familiar with the way to the library yet. No, that's right. You're still getting used to the classes here. Just continue further down this hall, then take a left at the intersection. Leads soon already, okay. Another student is walking away from the library and stops to talk. Hey, are you guys heading to the library? Yes, why? Don't bother, Principal Reed is blocking the door and he's acting weird. How so? I had a book I checked out a month ago that's due today, so of course I come to return it because I don't want to pay a late fee because I'm broke and it's super lame. To the point, the stylish student gasps as she places a hand on her heart with her mouth still agape. Rude. I was going to say he blocked me from going inside and told me to just get rid of the book. What am I supposed to do with this? This is school property, not mine. Well, free is free. Oh, please, I celebrate a free gift card to Grossmarkt, not a moderately used book. Thank you for the warning. I think I'll still stop by to see what's going on. Suit yourself. Okay. Kyra, Ren, and Angelia stop in their tracks as a hulking figure of a man stands in their way with his fists balled. Principal Reed. The library is closed until further notice. Keep walking. We don't mean to be rude, Principal Reed, but how come? The man looks at Kyra in surprise as if this is the most incredulous question he's ever heard in his life. The irritation practically radiates off of him. These books have become nothing but a nuisance by plaguing the minds of the youth. Better yet, I want to ban books. Ban? You've got to be joking. Principal Reed gains a strange fiery glow. Ivana, who has been silent this whole time, lets out a gasp. Why would I be joking? Don't talk back to me. A strange energy seeps from the man. This man is obviously blocking the entrance to the labyrinth, but we need something to trigger the entrance. There's no way for you to get in there now. Before Principal Reed could say anything more, Angelia grabs Kyra and Ryan and pushes them along. We got all the information we needed. Let's come back tonight and fix this before anything worse happens. The door will be open by then. We don't need to provoke him anymore. A minute later, and I'm sure he would have bitten our heads off. All at once. You all leave the library entrance and carry out your school day. The four of you make preparations to enter the library labyrinth. Kyra opens the door and steps into the dark halls of the school. It's an eerie aura compared to the bustle and noisiness of it in the daytime. Ivana perches on her shoulder. It's a miracle the school hasn't ever been broken into with how easy to find the spares are found. I don't see Ren and Angelia yet. Let's wait in front of the library. The closer Kyra gets to the door, the more she feels the corrupted energy seep under the door from the library. This energy, the labyrinth entrance is open. Your principal must have been called to the labyrinth. Be careful! Just as Ivana's warning leaves her back, monsters materialize in front of the entrance of the library. It looks like it's too late for that. They're here! Kyra raises her hand in the air and sparkles descend onto her body as her clothes change to her pink dress. Ivana goes into a panic. Kyra, don't be brash. You can't handle them alone. She doesn't have to. Ren and Angelia race down the hall in their own magical girl attire. Possessed books rush to defend the library door. Attack an enemy with your equipped weapon. Okay. Book Spook. Uh-huh. So, which... who's active? I don't know. And Angela is active. She has an orange font. Okay. So attack an enemy with your equipped weapon. Spend a mana for a special ability. Distract an enemy with a beguiling song. And the other thing is still disabled, I think. Well, I've pretty much no idea about the enemies. So I basically have to do it blind. Glass shot. A light glass damage to a single enemy may inflict bleed for 1 turn. A light glass damage to all enemies. Okay. Well, let's just attack normally. Book attacks Kyra. Victory! Kyra's HP increased by 4 points, and Julia's agility increased by 2 points. Ren's strength increased by 2 points. Phew, we're so sorry we got here so late. Someone stole my bike and we had to walk. I didn't think the labyrinth would send monsters to defend the entrance yet. I'm sorry, I'll look into saving for my own bike in the future. Let's not dwell on this. You're here now and we are all okay. That's all that matters. Let's go save Principal Reed. The girls agree as they open the library door and take a step forward. The walls of the labyrinth twist and turn. The girls find themselves feeling as if the halls could go on for eternity if they didn't know better. Your principal is in here. Stay close to one another. I cannot aid you in battle, but I will be your guide when needed, just as we practice. Right. Why don't I have a minimap? Like, I mean, the frame is there, but it doesn't show anything. Haunted parchment and pages swirl about you. And all my mana is full again. Well, let's use that then. Haunted scroll was too fast. Attack an enemy. Yes. We use the donkey cloak. No, maybe we are not. Oh, end the battle and continue exploring. What? Flee from battle? No. Well, yes. Escape from battle. Ah, okay, so I don't have to fight. I can just, like, go away all the time. But I probably need to kill them in order to level up for any harder battles. You know, it's pretty sad that Principal Reed is the one that got hit with the whole Corruptor Beam. It's not Corruptor Beam, it's just corruption! Well, Corruptor Beam sounds cooler. No, it sounds ridiculous. You're just boring, Kara. What do you think? It's just corruption. Stop mocking Ivana, Ren. It's just corruption. I kinda think Corruptor Beam is pretty funny. See? The girl's banter takes the edge off and heals some spell points. But we were already full with spell points. No, we didn't get any increases there. So I'm not sure if I'm accumulating any XP or something like that. I don't have an inventory. So this might just be pointless. Yeah, I mentioned it in other videos already. I'm not a fan of random encounters, and the more pointless they are, the more annoyed I am. The girls stop as they notice a shelf filled with snack bags. They don't seem to have any labels. Kyra picks one up and turns it around in her hand. Is this real? Well, it is as real as you would want it to be. Kyra opens the bag and finds a ton of cheddar-based fish-shaped crackers. Oh, I recognize these. They're pretty good. My grandmother calls them brain snacks, since she says they are nutritious. I don't know how true that is, though. I think we should leave it alone. Sometimes the labyrinth plays tricks on those who enter. This feels a bit too convenient. Leave them alone. It's better not to test our luck. It could be poisonous, of all we know. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm still pretty hungry, though. You live. It's better to be cautious instead of regretful. The group walks away from the queenly placed snacks, albeit a bit disappointed they could not relive a beloved childhood snack. I mean, in this case, killing them is as quick as just running away. Yeah, but this is, in the end, it's just annoying. It's just clicking through attack, 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 attack. Now we have strolls. They have a little more. Victory. Ah, agility increased by 1 point. HP increased by 1 point. But I'm not sure if that was due to having new enemies. Or if that was just... I think this was... yeah, this was the door I was coming from. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have a map. I did see that there was a map in the screenshot, so I'm not sure. Your damage is crap, Ren. I think it was Ren. No, it's Kyra. Okay, so we get some increases there. But she also just healed up, so I'm not sure what the point was in getting more SP. The girls rush forward to see Principal Reed standing with a dazed expression on his face. Principal Reed, hold on, we're here to help. The man's face contorts, his skin ripples as if something lifted underneath. Help? Who says I need help? Principal Reed. This power has opened my eyes. First Adrian Lake, the next the world. I'll rid the world of books and push my own education. Ha 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 ha. Principal Reed's body is then engulfed by a black shadow. Kyra takes a step forward, but Ren grabs her arm. We can't talk to him like this. We just have to beat him. Beat me? Ha! Come at me, and I will teach you all a lesson you'll never forget. The final battle begins. Yeah, okay, maybe we can now use something more interesting. Distract. Entranced by the song. Which apparently did nothing. Alright. Donkey Cloak. Yeah, already killed Angela. It's not good. Here. And yeah, let's use that. Bleeds. Ting. Attacks over. Okay. She's dead again. Let's use another here. So Kyra is a mage, glass shard. That's why she doesn't do any damage with melee thing. The issue is that our healer is pretty much dead now, but she can also heal, so that's maybe not as bad. Okay, glass shard. Zing! Attack. Ah, we're running out of mana. Ting. Can you please die? Okay. Victory! Kara's HP increased by 19 points. Magic increased by 3. SP increased by 10 points. Ren's HP increased by 10 points. Magic... Principal Reed falls to his knees and his corrupted visage melts away. He looks around with a puzzled look on his face. What happened? Where are we? In a labyrinth, born from corruption that latches onto people too long. Angelia! What? He's not going to remember any of this when the place closes. Wait? Oh no, the school! I've made such a mess of the place. The man's face falls. Principal Reed's pride and joy is Adrian-like high school. The thought of ruining things for the school. The man, usually known as imposing, now is reduced to an apologetic shell of a man. Principal Reed, it's alright. Things will be reversed once we leave. Really? Kyra nods as she grabs the man's hand and helps him up, the best way she can, that is. A door of light opens, an indication their work is done. Thank you, girls, for your help. What do you call yourself? Kyra turns and smiles at the man. We're the Sparkletails. What? Okay, yeah. Thank you for playing our game. Alright, that was very cool. Let's have a... Can I click on this now? Credits. Story and writing by Potato Mika. Character and enemy art by Coconut Ranger. Music and sounds by Kansley. Programming by Slyonics. Includes sprite art from Ocean's Nostalgia by Gus. Top-down pixel art horror by Kamizama887. Particle effect by... Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, I could have changed that to full screen. I didn't see any settings before. In any case, that was Sparkletails by these fine people here. And yeah, overall, I think that was a great entry. Very nice texts. I don't know. Let's start a new game because we had a decision right at the start, right? Keep snoozing. I knew this would happen. Shame on your sisters for keeping you up with their chores. Smack! Ah! I hope you enjoyed your cat. Now, okay. Next time you'll be seeing me after class. Okay. So yeah, it's a different dialogue tree. So yeah, you have a couple of decisions. They probably don't matter, but still, it's cool. The dialogues are quite nice. Alright. The perspective is perfect. The movement, I would say, is pretty good. It's not perfect. As I mentioned, like, I would like to turn instantly. But it is very responsive and it's fast, so it doesn't feel bad. And you can also hold the forward button, so usually most of the movement feels fine. It's just that the response for the left turning could be better. The combat mechanics, I think the combat was actually... The mechanics were actually pretty good, but I don't think that the game made anything of it. The enemies, they always... I mean, the books, they died with 1 hit, and the scrolls, they died with 2 hits. So we had a couple of spells we could target the enemy, which could have been useful, but it was completely pointless to do so. So I think the system was probably good, but the it could have been like a bit more tactical just by having different enemies. So yeah, there's that. The content was perfect, especially for a jam. Well, maybe not perfect, like you could have one different enemy type or something like that, but it was pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. The sound composition was also great, nice fitting music, sound effects, and so on, so also pretty good. The theme implementation, duality, I guess that's like a normal and crazy or something like that, or these girls becoming kind of superheroes, but it was, I mean, it was good, but it was not very much in the focus or very highlighted. So, for example, there was this other game called Dull Reality and Colorful Dreams, which also had this topic of playing children, and they are getting special abilities in their fantasy world. And that game was switching between different realities, the dull environment and the fantasy environment, and that was really a great implementation of this duality topic. And in this game here, it was more of a, okay, they are not the heroes all the time, but that's pretty much it. So, I mean, it's still fine, but it's not necessarily a highlight of this entry. But in any case, yeah, very nice entry to the jam. That was Sparkle Tales by Slyonics and a couple of other people I showed before in the credits. Oh, I can also open the thing again. Brittany, Marina, Slyonics, and Kansley. And if you're interested in the game, you will find the link down in the video description to the HIO page. And there you will also find, well, all the other entries, of course, but you can also search for the game Sparkle Tales. But in the description, you will also find a link to the playlist where I put all the videos I create for the jam, so you can comfortably click through the different entries there. And if you don't want to miss any of the new entries, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's it for me for this time. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.